This is the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
You're inside Jamaica Magazine.
Encouraging the information flow, sharing the news and views you need to know.
We are building an informed Jamaica every day.
Listening to what you say.
Children and nutrition, what you need to know, what they have to say. Hello, it's Friday, November 27. Thanks so much for joining us for this week-ending edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am your host, Alison Watson. Coming up, Jamaica and Tanzania agree to bi-national commission to develop and monitor cooperation programs between the nations. Tanzania's president commits to student exchange program and new steps to deal with the theft of agricultural products. Later, government and private sector partnerships for a more equitable and sustainable future. Do stay with us. The news in detail after this break.
I try to be as organic as possible. I'm a healthy eater. If I had a choice, I wouldn't.
Children fess up about their eating habits.
What they're having when you're not looking.
Are you serving their interests?
What will they take and how will they have it?
Hear them call the shots.
I'd like it in a salad with a little dressing.
I would like it to be refrigerated. I just cannot pick food.
Are they ignoring what's packed in the lunch bag?
Are they eating what you are eating?
Oh, that's just a boring banana. My daddy take me to McDonald's. It's really tempting.
Starting Friday, November 27, Jamaica Magazine puts the questions to them.
Children and nutrition, just how much importance is being placed on the issue?
Is it at all important to you? Tune in to Jamaica Magazine for the next 2 Mondays.
And Fridays as the children inform us.
That's Children and Nutrition, Friday, November 27.
Monday, November 30.
Friday, December 4.
And Monday, December 7.
A bi-national commission will be set up to develop and monitor a program for cooperation between Jamaica and Tanzania. Prime Minister Bruce Golding and President Jakaya Kikwete signed a joint communique yesterday agreeing to the commission. The two have signed on to partner on a range of issues, including agriculture, health, the economy, sports, tourism and culture. The agreement also outlines the importance of exchanging experts' information and research. Both leaders also agree to intensify efforts to combat the spread of HIV/AIDS and to promote activities to prevent discrimination against people living with the virus. In the meantime, the Tanzanian president says his visit to Jamaica was a successful one.
I have fulfilled the objectives of my visit. I came here to build bridges. I came here to consolidate a friendship, and the visit has been a success in that regard. I also came here to learn, and there is so much that I have learned, and there is so much that our people will come here to learn. This is the beginning of seeing more and more Tanzanians to come and learn from your experience as we have already discussed.
Prime Minister Bruce Golding thanked Mr. Kikwete for his visit. He says Jamaica remains committed to forging a partnership with the people of Tanzania.
We want him to be assured of the continued goodwill, support and solidarity of the people of Jamaica for the aspirations of the people of Tanzania. Thank you so very much.
Meanwhile, there may soon be an exchange program between the University of Tanzania and the University of the West Indies, Mona. During his visit to the university yesterday, President of Tanzania, His Excellency Jakaya Kikwete, expressed a desire for closer relations between the two institutions.
The idea, the proposal of Swahili teaching here is again a matter which the University of Dar es Salaam can do, because they may do having cooperation with many universities in the world, providing teachers to do that. The exchange programs is something that it is supposed to be done. It's a shame that it is not being done. I'll take it up with authorities there and we'll see to it that it is implemented.
President Kikwete was delivering a lecture entitled Africa and the Caribbean in the Age of Globalization. He says ideally, globalization is supposed to open up markets and increase opportunities for all players. He, however, laments that as far as African and Caribbean countries are concerned, this is not happening.
How to make developing nations and upcoming companies and entrepreneurs from developing countries become win-win players in the globalized world is the essential question.
His visit to the University of the West Indies, Mona campus, was one of the last stops on President Kikwete's 3-day official visit to Jamaica. The president and his wife left Jamaica yesterday for the Commonwealth Heads of Government Conference in Trinidad and Tobago. And Prime Minister Bruce Golding has also left the island for the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM. The meeting is being held in Port of Spain from November 27 to 29. The CHOGM is held every 2 years to review global political and economic developments. It also facilitates a strategic overview of the Commonwealth's work in support of the interests of member countries. The theme of this year's conference is partnering for a more equitable and sustainable future. Issues on the agenda for discussion include climate change and the global financial crisis and its impact on middle-income small states. The group will also discuss enhanced trade and transportation links between CARICOM and South Africa, advancing CARICOM-African Union relations, and forging institutional links between CARICOM and the African Union. Prime Minister Bruce Golding is leading a team that includes the Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade, Jamaica's High Commissioner to the United Kingdom, Under Secretary for Multilateral Affairs, and representatives of the Jamaica High Commission based in Trinidad. The Prime Minister will return to Jamaica on November 30. During his absence, Minister of Finance Audley Shaw is in charge of the government. A predial larceny coordinator is to be appointed within the next 4 weeks. Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Dr. Christopher Tufton made the announcement earlier this week. He says this will be a joint endeavour between his ministry and the Ministry of National Security, where the coordinator will be stationed. The coordinator will be supervised by a body comprising representatives from both ministries, as well as the Ministry of Health and the Attorney General's Department.
And that person is going to be charged with the coordination and implementation of a series of initiatives which we have developed coming out of a committee that was appointed some 1.5 years ago by myself to look at the problem of predial larceny and to come up with a number of recommendations to address the problem.
Dr. Tufton was speaking at a function celebrating the 6th anniversary of the Jamaica Agricultural Society's JAS Eat Jamaican campaign. He was responding to requests from the JAS for action to deal with the problem of predial larceny. JAS former president and current vice president, Senator Norman Grant, says the theft of agricultural products is costing farmers over $4 billion annually. Dr. Tufton says the most important approach to the problem is tracing the origins of foods. The initiative will also include a public education program and stiffer fines for those who are caught.
Too often we treat the predial larcenists as a different offense and a milder offense than other forms of stealing. And I believe that that distinction should not be made. Whether you're stealing a goat or cattle of some sort, or you're breaking in a businessman's supermarket, as far as I am concerned, it is stealing and the law should be applied equally.
The minister says that approach will provide for better coordination in terms of surveillance to catch those involved in the theft. The Social Development Commission, the SDC, is working to provide detailed profiles on the island's 783 communities. The profiles are to include specifics on the communities' social, economic, demographic and spatial characteristics. Specifically, it will provide information on population size, road conditions, employment level and health and sanitation. SDC's Director of Research, Juanita Reed, says while the Statistical Institute is primarily responsible for data collection, the SDC felt more attention was needed at the community level.
The data can be disaggregated for use at that community level The data is used to build awareness and benefit